What's up? Hello. This is my voice. I don't book any voice work. Can you believe it? I once took an acting class with David Mamet, and he was like, if you don't fix your voice, you'll never have a career. And so far, he's right. So maybe should have worked on that. Talked to my mom today, and she was like, Erica, I just had this revelation about you. You and Grandma are very similar because you're in a male-dominated profession with stand-up comedy, and Grandma was in a male-dominated profession with aeronautical engineering. I was like, yeah, we're practically the same person, except one of us was very good at math, and the other owns one towel. And one's still alive. R.I.P., R.I.P. I'm more like my mom than anyone. Like she's a vegetarian, I'm a vegetarian. She cries very easily during movies. I also cry very easily during movies. She turned down Harvard, and I also didn't go to Harvard. But it's cool. Like, I heard Steve Jobs, he dropped out of college, right, and then made $1 billion. So I don't want to brag, but I actually dropped out of college twice. You can do the math. No, seriously, do the math, because I can't. I tried going to college. I went to Boston University for a year, but I got very overwhelmed, by the classes. And so I went to my advisor asking her for help, and she's like, Erica, if you think this is bad, just wait till you have kids. So I took her advice, and I'm not going to go back till I have kids. Maybe I'll be ready then. Who knows? I'm actually glad I didn't waste my parents' money on a fancy college education, because in the end they needed it to pay my rent for the next 5 years. My parents have actually been married for 40 years. Can you believe that? 40 years. And so I've been trying to think, how have they been married so long? What's the secret? And I think I figured it out with him. I think it's because my dad can't possibly leave my mom because he's in a wheelchair. Weren't expecting that, huh? We were like, maybe it's because he tells her she's beautiful every day. He has MS, which it's a neurological disease, and found out recently they actually have an MS walk. Just seems very disrespectful to me. So I went on it, to find out what all the fuss was about, and it's just like thousands of people showing off what they can do. It's just so rude. My dad hates that joke too, and I'm always like, sorry, Dad, but when I have an idea, I run with it. Unlike some people I know, so you're just gonna have to roll with it. No, he's a good sport. He's not good at sports, but he's just seeing how far I can take it. He actually probably has the best sense of humor of anyone I know. Like, this is a true story. I went home once to visit my parents, and my mom was telling me, like, Erica, you were so difficult as a kid. It was always like walking on eggshells with you. And my dad was sitting in the corner, and he just goes, I wish I could walk on eggshells. Once I called my mom to tell her about this guy I was dating. I was like, I'm seeing a new guy. He doesn't really have a job right now. There's a slight chance he's a drug addict. Also, just a small possibility he's homeless because he's been staying with me for 4 days now. And it doesn't look like he's making any progress on leaving anytime soon. And she just goes, "But he likes you?" I was like, "Mom, what happened to know your worth, honey?" She used to say, "Know your worth." She was like, "That was when you were younger. You were worth a lot more back then." I am getting a little older. I know my voice is deceiving because it's still 12, but the rest of me is getting older. I'm in my 30s, which I know is very brave to admit in LA. I also sometimes take selfies without makeup on. But anyway, 30s is a weird age because I feel like you turn 30 and then you start saying you're old, right? You're like, "Oh my God, I'm old now." And then you keep saying, "Oh, I'm old, I'm old, I'm old, I'm old." And then you turn 40 and you're like, "Now I'm old. I could have been young for an extra 10 years, but I wasted it being old, and now I've lost 10 extra years of young." But I've noticed like a couple changes. One change is like I don't relate to 20-year-olds anymore because I'm just like, "Oh, you're so cute because you still think you matter." The rest of your life, it's just gonna be a long journey where you find out you matter less and less and less and less and less and less every day, and then you die. Not to give it away to the young people in the crowd. Notice I've been crossing things off the bucket list, but not because I did them. More because I'm like, that's never gonna happen. Like, be on Letterman? Nope. Kids before 30? Nope. True love? Not looking good. Not looking good. I also don't want to go out as much. Like, I went to a bar with my friend and we lasted like 5 minutes and we got bored and we're like, "You want to go? Yeah, let's go, please." And as we were walking in our car, she's like, "Oh my God, Erica, we're getting older. We're not fun anymore." And I was like, no, that's not what's happening here. It's not that we're not fun anymore. It's that we're getting older and we're getting wiser. And we're realizing it was never fun. We just pretended this whole time. I hate if I'm going on a date or like on stage and someone goes, "Erica, just have fun and be yourself." Because for me, it's one or the other. Like, I can't do both. Like, I'll never be the girl, posts a photo on Instagram and like the really fancy yoga pose, on top of the mountain with the sun setting and the caption, "Living the dream." I'm just more the girl who posts a selfie from bed with the caption, "Can't get up." What I really want to do is non-motivational quotes on Instagram, which would go something like, "Just don't." Or, "There doesn't have to be another day." Or, "You can always live the life you imagined if you have a really bad imagination." My friend wanted to go out on my friend's boat the other day. She's like, "You want to go out on my friend's boat?" And I was like, "You've been on a boat before, right? Like, is that something we have to do twice in this lifetime?" Because I don't think about the boat anymore. I think about all the steps leading up to the boat. I'm like, I have to put my bathing suit on, then I have to figure out who else is going to be on the boat, and can I wear my bathing suit in front of the people who are going to be on the boat? Then I have to do a research project on the people who are going to be on the boat to determine if I can wear my bathing suit in front of them. Then I have to get to the boat. I'll probably get lost getting there because I'll take Waze, and Waze is going to be like, "Try making this left turn, sucker." Then I'll get on the boat and immediately not want to be on the boat, and everyone else will probably not want to be on the boat either, but they'll all be Snapchat, Instagram storing that they're on a boat because they'll want other people who aren't on the boat to wish they were on a boat. What I'd rather do, frankly, is just stay home, put my bathing suit on, get in the bathtub, put on My Heart Will Go On from Titanic, take a selfie, post it on Instagram, and label it, Living the Real Dream. Hashtag just don't. Friend wanted to get lunch, and she's like, I'm vegan now, and I was like, oh, here we go, right? And I was like, well, do you want to go to Cafe Gratitude? It's a vegan restaurant. She's like, well, I'm also gluten-free. So can we go to the juice bar? I was like, how about we just never speak again? Let's just move on with our lives. She got a tattoo of a hummingbird she was really proud of. She's like, Erica, I got a new tattoo of a hummingbird. Do you know what hummingbirds represent? And I was like, no, but I bet you're gonna tell me. She's like, they represent change. I was like, huh, you know what doesn't usually represent change? Tattoos. Not a big symbol of change. I feel like getting a tattoo is kind of like having kids, you know? Because it seems really cool when other people get them. But then you get one, you're like, oh no, I have this forever now? It's not gonna be cute in 10 years. Sometimes I get so depressed I just want to lie in bed all day. You ever feel like that? I just want to lie in bed. Then I'm like, is it lie in bed? Or is it lay in bed? Right? Because a chicken lays an egg, but sleeping dogs lie, so do chickens lay and dogs lie? And then I'm like, okay, it's definitely time to get up. But you're not supposed to end a sentence with a preposition. So then I'm like, I might as well just stay in bed. But as it might as well as it may as well. I think what I'm trying to say is I'm a really good lay. Or is that just a really big lie? Let you figure that one out. Just went through a breakup. No, it's good. It means it was a real relationship, right? Usually I'm like, it's over. And he's like, who's this? I feel like breakups were so easy before the internet, right? It was easy, like, sorry it didn't work out, have a nice life, go away. Now it's like, sorry it didn't work out, I'll see you online forever. Depending on how much you stalk them. For me, it's forever. Or if it was a messy breakup, it used to be like, I'm gonna block your phone number, gone. Now it's like, I'm gonna block your phone number, defriend you on Facebook, unfollow you on Twitter, take you off my Instagram, do whatever it is to get rid of Snapchat, and get my mom to do the same thing. There were some clues this guy wasn't right for me. One clue is we had nothing in common except that we were both in love with him. Another clue is that we broke up like every other week, pretty much. We broke up all the time. And I was like, is this normal? Like, do most couples break up this much? And I was like, maybe most relationships are just really long breakups. Like, you just keep on breaking up over and over and over until it's finally officially over. And then marriage is like, oops, we forgot. Forgot to do that last one. I once met a guy who tried to seduce me with Adderall. I don't know if that's ever happened to anyone. He's like, you want to go back to my place and do some Adderall? And I was like, okay, sure, it's good for learning, right? So we went back to his place, we did the Adderall, and I think what we learned from this experience is that Adderall is not ecstasy, does not have the same sort of effects. I wasn't at all turned on. Instead, I was just very, very focused. On finding ecstasy. It's like, I need it now. Thanks, you guys have been so much fun. That's it from me. I'm Erica Rhodes.
Keep it going for Erica.